Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. After a 10-year hiatus, the men's national softball tournament is back. The games were played over the weekend in Sand Hill Village. Spectators from across the country filled the stadium to cheer on their favorite teams. Tonight we bring you highlights from the gold medal matchup between Belize's Wolfpack and the Hattieville Cubs. Here we are at the bottom of the second inning. Neither of the teams have been able to score a run up to this point in the game. Shari Fumes up the bat for Wolfpack with runners on first and second. He connects and sends the ball flying into right field. That hit brought Brian Grant home for the first run of the game. Christian Hernandez came from behind with a massive hit into left field. Kieran Tillett and Shari Fumes made it home on that play, bringing Wolfpack's score to 3 runs. Wolfpack made a 4th run at the bottom of the second inning, following an error by the catcher. Christian Hernandez with the slide to home base. This is the top of the 3rd. The Hattieville Cubs are up to bat with their mind set on closing that gap. Bases are loaded. Brandon Rogers Jr. hit a ground ball past the shortstop and into center field. Milton Flores makes it home. But watch as Brandon Rogers Sr. slides into home plate. It is a very close one and the umpire calls it an out. 1 run for Hattieville. Malik James swings at the high pitch. The pitcher is unable to stop the ball. A bad throw to first base sends number 8 and Rogers Jr. home. That's now 3 runs for Hattieville Cubs. Malik James there on second base catching his breath. With James in third after stealing a base, Jason Garcia sends a ground ball to the shortstop. James makes the run and ties the game. That brings it to an even score at 4 apiece. Both teams were unable to make any runs in the 4th and 5th innings. Brandon Rogers Jr. for Hattieville Cubs got the closest to gaining a lead at the top of the 5th inning. Garcia is tagged on his way to first base. Rogers gets caught between 2 fielders on his way to home base. Unaware that the ball fell, he sprints back to home base, but Wolfpack still gets the out. Here at the top of the 6th inning, Flores did what needed to be done to give his team the lead and put this men's softball nationals in the books. Yes, folks, the match ended in favor of Hattieville Cubs with 5 runs to the Wolfpack's 4 runs. Jason Garcia secured 3 individual awards, including most run batted in, best earned run average, best pitcher, and the most valuable player of the tournament award. So the silver medal went, of course, to Wolfpack. Kamalote's men's softball team secured the bronze medal in the tournament. This is a team that was put together last minute to compete. Quite exceptional performances there from the top 3 teams. And as Hattieville Cubs celebrate, the 2024 BEBL champions, the Belize Hurricanes, held their victory parade on Saturday afternoon through the streets of Belize City. A player's truck and a fan truck were featured in the parade along with several other vehicles sounding victory horns. Paul Flowers, the general manager of the Belize Hurricanes, appeared to be extremely excited and pleased as he held that championship trophy, even waving it to onlookers. We spoke with Gilbert Gordon, the chief executive officer of the organization, ahead of the parade.
When you look at it, when you talk about playing in the BBL, winning a championship is always challenging. I mean, the entire season was met with a lot of issues, a lot of challenges, and so whenever you win that championship, it makes the winning so much sweeter. And so we did a lot of activities this week with the Hurricanes. We met with the ministers. We also had our award ceremony last night. And then of course today we're having our 4th motorcade. This championship is for the Belize district. Hurricanes represent the entire Belize district, over 100,000 people when you talk about professional basketball. And so the motorcade is going to go throughout the entire principal streets of Belize. We'll be making a lot of noise. We have almost about 500 horns. We have like almost about 40 odd vehicles.
Perhaps you're not thinking about it as yet, but how do we, after all the celebrations, go back to the drawing board in the off-season, try to retain some of these same players and go for a 3rd back-to-back championship?
The reason why Hurricanes win championship is because we are forward thinkers. We don't wait until the appropriate time in regards to be able to try to get players. We are very proactive. And so we have signed some key players already. We've already spoken to our players that we have right now to resign them. And so we are all the way up the road already in rebuilding and ensuring that we have another championship in 2025.
And finally, for tonight, the National Futsal League of Belize hosted an international futsal tournament over the weekend in Orange Walk. The tournament saw teams from across the region, including Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador, and of course, 2 teams from Belize. At the end of the weekend-long tournament, Honduras secured the gold medal. El Salvador won silver, while the Belmopan Futsal Club won the bronze medal. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.